We bring to you another yet interesting, impactful session. We are here celebrating the Women's Week, the Women's Day special week. And for today, we have topic Women Health and Education webinar. So get going with it. Let me tell you that we are live on C8 TV. Okay, so the Life Foundation and C8 TV is founded by Professor Dr. V.G. Caroline. So may I now hand over to Dr. Caroline for her welcome note, please. Over to you, Dr. Caroline.
Yeah, namaste. Good evening, good morning. Greetings to all the excellencies, eminent speakers who gathered here. It's an amazing time for us to address every issue of women, and our motto is to empower women. Our topic is today health and education, especially of women. As we are celebrating, the Life Foundation is celebrating the Women's Week. I'm Dr. Caroline, Chairman of the Life Foundation. I invite you warmly. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity to invite you. As women, health and education, I feel it is correlated. If girl and women are well qualified or not even qualified, if they have a little secondary education, if they pass primary and move on to secondary education, there will be drastic changes in their life. Women who are little bit educated, I'm not speaking about well qualified women or girls, a little bit education, if they understand the world, what is good and what is bad, if they discriminate and take the steps to the positivity and make their life more bright. So that is, I feel, that is sufficient, at least for the girls who have secondary education. Because girls who are educated and little education also, the research has shown that the death rates of infants has reduced and they haven't fallen prey to sexual diseases. And also they're able to protect themselves from the sexual abuse, and they can fight for their right, and they can postpone their marriage and have a better life. So in this way, the mortality rate of the girl children has been decreased if they have little education, even secondary education. The girls and women who have achieved their targets and the goals with higher qualifications, they are living in a more better way. So today we are going to address the problems of women and girl children, but as we are concentrating much on the empowerment of girl and women based on their education, how education is supporting girl and women to have a better life. I invite all the eminent speakers to address the issues and also empower girl and women to support through this platform. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Caroline, for opening this session. Now, may I now invite our first speaker for this evening, Dr. Dragan Jovanov, and he is a scientist from Macedonia. Over to you. Welcome, Dr. Dragan.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Dragan Jovanov from Macedonia, Doctor of Phytomedicine and Agroecology. Thank you for the invitation there, Sirajo. Thank you for the honor. And congratulations, Women's Day. I wish them to much love, health, and success. Women's health is a state of emotional well-being of women, which is simultaneously determined by their social and economic status, as well as their biological characteristic. Women have the right to enjoy the high available standards of physical and mental health. Enjoying this right is vital to their lives and well-being, as well as to their ability to participate in all areas of public and private life. Women have the right to personalized health care tailored to their clinical characteristic and personal preference and priorities. This right is internationally recognized through the Convention of Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, the right of health with access to all health service, access to adequate free health service, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the Peking Declaration and Council Resolution 1325 years, UN Security for Women, and it is thank you and greetings from Macedonia.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dragan, for joining us for this impactful session here. May I now invite our next speaker, Dr. Vasavi Acharya, a DuPrainer, social activist, mentor, and an author. Welcome, Dr. Acharya. It's the first time that I'm sharing the screen with you. And over to you, please.
Thank you, Deepa. Thank you for the introduction. And I thank Dr. Rajarao for having me here today. And I also congratulate Dr. Carolyn for this wonderful platform, feeling honored to be a part of this. So today I will be talking about women in education, and I'm looking at it from a different angle in the sense that what is the leadership role of women in the education sector? Because I have been working in the early childhood sector since last 22 years, and I've met a lot of women who have been associated with this. So to start off, I would, quote Nelson Mandela, who says, education is the most powerful weapon that can change the world. Yes, education is indeed the most powerful weapon that can change the world. And when we look at it closely, we see that this weapon is primarily in the hands of women, be it the mother, the grandmother, or the teacher. We all know that teaching force is largely composed of women, both nationally and internationally. But at the same time, we can see that there is a concerning unrepresentation of women in its leadership position. So if we look at the preschool sector, where I have been associated since past 22 years, we see that most of the early years educators are women. They are, in fact, the bandwagon of the preschool education scenario. Yet, if we try to figure out women who own a chain of preschools, we see that the number is few. This aspect of entrepreneurship is mainly male-dominated. That is what I have experienced. Women are more pro in education delivery, say research and development, but many times they tend to take a backseat when it comes to edupreneurship or education leadership. Coming from the primary, pre-primary to the middle and the high school sector, it is seen that imbalance persists across the board, from salary and benefits to recruitment and promotion. For example, 63% of teaching staff in secondary schools are female, compared with only 38% as head teachers. So what is the barrier that leads to such roadblock? When we look at it closely, and the gender and the leadership studies that have been happening all over, we see a number of obstacles for women seeking education leadership roles. Women educators face barriers that may not be same worldwide, but there are some key factors that are the same behind the disparity in education sector. The primary being traditional and patriarchal culture and perceived male dominance of management. So we usually think that, it's the male who can, after all, manage the entire, sector in a way. So maternity care is another one of the biases that has shown to have a significant impact on women's pay and progression. In many cases, we also see women do not have the go-getter attitude due to historical and social influences where, generally girls are taught to be more docile, they are taught to be more, kind of never go and get what they really want to achieve. So women sometimes do not feel the urge to lead due to a lack of support from peers and close ones. But we also see women in the education sector who are actually breaking the glass ceiling. It's always easy to see the bleak side of things. But if we look at women in the domain of education who are leading from the front, we have quite a few role models to choose from. Many women in education leadership are actually breaking the glass ceiling, like I already said. Such women have been the path markers as they bring a host of other skills and attitudes to educational leadership. Women who are heads of educational institutions enact meaningful, long-lasting change within school settings. Girls often find such women in their institution inspiring and follow them as role models, and boys learn to accept the status quo in the workplace. I have been heading a preschool chain by the name Tender Petals, which have been franchised in different parts of Northeast India and North India. So when I launched this preschool chain, definitely I faced a lot of challenges, not only in terms of competition, but also because I'm not much of a person who can manage finances, and it's not my core strength. And then we had to deal with a lot of marketing things, and really, had to be the jack of all trades. But then definitely this was a big learning path for me. So this journey has actually made me stand on my own and now run more than 25 centers all over Northeast India and North India. So in all these years, I've seen that a lot of women has joined hands with us to embark on their entrepreneurship journey with Tender Petals. And this I have seen have empowered the woman in a way, because those educators who were teachers with us are now actually setting up their own preschools, and they're running it very well and being financially independent. Also, during my association with the Indian Institute of Entrepreneurship, I have mentored a lot of women who opened their own standalone schools and have been successful in their ventures and have become financially independent. Recently, I have come across many online educational startups by women in Northeast India, which are app-based learning modules, and they are doing fantastic. So definitely there are women emerging as leaders in the education sector, and the number is increasing by the day. And I'm sure this is only the start. With this, I would conclude my short presentation. Thank you so much for listening. And thank you once again for having me.
Thank you so much, Dr. Acharya. We wish Tender Petals all the success and great prosperity for you. Moving
really,
on,
it's highly appreciable to start so many education centers, as education is only can bring a bright, enlightened woman and you a prosperous life. So, and it's a prosperous life to the girl and woman. So it is a great deed that ma'am has done. She has started so many education centers. Really, highly appreciable, ma'am. Only we all women who are well qualified and educated, we have to concentrate on girl children and their education. So in that way, we can empower them. So highly appreciable, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Dr. Acharya. Moving on next, may I now invite Ms. Kaushiki Songi. She is the principal of Holy Public School.
Hello, everyone. How are you? And I think when we talk about this beautiful topic, that is women, health and education, as already many have thrown a beautiful light about what deeds they are doing and what we should do to empower a woman. About me, I'm working in a girls' school right now, and the thought was to empower a girl child, because when we empower a girl child, we are itself educating a nation. And by educating a nation, we can create a future where women are, they are aware about their rights. They are aware about the facts that need to be worked upon, and they are aware about the things that need to be taught to the boy child and the girl child from the very basic education system, where they can tell them that it's okay to cry for everyone. It's okay being a human right. Woman right is something not which is separated, because when we say we need women empowerment, we are actually bifurcating the both from the human rights. So we need to understand that this thing is itself a part of human basic rights. So that's why we are educating girls about that by creating a awareness about the life skills, soft skills, and other factors that need to be worked upon. Because sometimes due to family condition or due to some other conditions, women are not able to have the X factor to prove themselves in the society, to do something for their living. And by creating that life skill, they can have some vocational part to play in the society where they can prove themselves. And now that's why we are having small scale industries and these kind of things to make them more empowered, to tell them that, okay, you can come outside from your four walls and do something for yourself, for the society itself. So I think that is women education, that is women health, mental health we are talking about. Because when we talk about the health factor also, it is not limited to the access of having the, the physical healthy women we can see around, because many of the women are wounded from itself inside. And there we need to play a role as a woman, as a man itself, and understand that women need to have many other support systems, which we call by trying, by providing them the access of doing something in the nature of proving themselves. Because the factor of proving themselves as a human is itself a big thing. I think you will agree with me on that, right? Because everyone in the life, they want to prove themselves, and women, due to responsibilities, are not able to prove themselves at certain points. And women health plays an issue there, because they are mentally sick inside, that okay, they are not able to do something in the life. So we need to tell them, okay, you can go. So that it's okay factor is a very much important part when we talk about women, and then only we can empower women about that. So playing a role of a principal, playing a role of a mother, playing a role of a daughter, and also playing a role of a wife, I have seen that the men around me, when they are supporting me together, then I'm empowered. So it is the first thing that men need to understand, that women health, women education started from them, because they, the nature have provided them extra responsibility by being more strong, physically, mentally, emotionally, as compared to the sensitive part of a woman. And women are more, humanly and motherly arranged by the God for creating new lives. So these two factors have been provided by the nature itself. So we should, supporting the nature of nature itself, we should have that play area as a man, as a woman, to create the healthy environment for the women of the nature of the nation to create something new. And we are seeing that women are coming forward in the healthy way to prove the education factor. And even I've seen that when there were cultural differences, some parts, some area, they were not allowed, women are not allowed to go outside at certain points. But now that cultural differences are also seen, that they are allowing their women to go outside to play a role. And that is a big deal. So we are seeing the changes, and I think that changes start from the four wall itself. And supporting that, I think it should be educated to the girl child, to the male child, to any gender itself, that okay, it's okay for everyone to cry. It's okay to have the emotional, area of gestures to share together, so we can have that area of exposure, that yes, we are human and we need that support together. So when we talk about women health, women education, it's a big thing in a wider concept, and it doesn't stop with one home or one. If we are, if we are supporting 100 women and we are making a change, I think it will not end that. We together need to come and have that gesture of sharing the emotions, and then only it can start. So that's from my side, and thank you so much.
Yeah, wonderful, ma'am. Kaushiki, ma'am, really, I like the 2 points which attracted me. One is, yes, women need to be empowered, girls need to be empowered, life skills and soft skills to be taught. So this has to be started from lower classes. Generally, we will be teaching life skills and soft skills from graduation. But if we teach from lower classes, from upper primary classes even, they will understand better and they can lead their life very comfortably with the eminent skills. They can face any kind of troubles or hurdles, and they can overcome comfortably. And also they can help other girl children to come out. So really, it is very important to teach life skills and soft skills, as many girls are lacking in these areas, and they're facing a lot of problem. So
Exactly.
they are unable to take up the opportunities which they are the opportunities are knocking their door, but because of the lack of these skills, they're unable to take up the opportunities.
I think
So
education system, right, ma'am, because education system itself should support the talent, because we have seen in the, in Indian education system, we have seen the Gurukul part. When we were
Yes.
talking about, they focus upon the talent. They never focus
Yes.
upon the hard skills. Now what we are doing the intellectual part, but we are forgetting about the sensory development, the,
Yes,
the
yes.
interest part. So we should
Yeah.
have that awareness. And I think then only empowerment start. And
Yes.
this is not about only women. This is about the human we are talking. So we
Yeah,
should
that's
support
true.
that part, right?
Even as a faculty of engineering college, I will be taking up soft skills and life skills I'll be teaching. Then, as you said, even not only girls, boys are also lacking behind. They are not
Right.
good at these skills, and they're also losing many opportunities.
Exactly.
So, as you said, this has to be taught human, not women or men.
Right.
This has to be taught equally to both, so that boys are also taught life skills. They can know what is life and what are the skills and how they can protect girl children. That is also
Exactly.
important. So
Exactly.
they understand well the importance
Exactly.
of both the gender. There will
Yes,
not be any
because
gender
we have
bias.
seen that the difference start from the very childhood only.
Yes.
When the boy is crying, we are like, oh, why you are crying? Like,
Don't cry.
you can't be
Yeah.
sensitive. You are strong. You are a strong person.
That's
But if
true.
a girl is crying, we are like, okay, you are a sensitive person. You can cry. Okay, it's a part of the girl part to play. So we
Yes,
need to
yes.
understand it's okay to have the release of emotion at
Yes.
any part, and then only we can have the mental health of a human together.
Even research has also shown in that that girls express their emotions.
Right.
They come out from all emotions so free. They will not be hidden in their heart. They express it either
Right.
to the close friends or to the family member who are very close to them. So they will not fall sick regarding the heart-related diseases or psychological issues. But boys who the parents who suppressed that emotions has to be suppressed and kept in their heart, so they are falling prey to many diseases. So this we have to educate, and such awareness is very much important. Boys also need to express their emotions. And the second thing, as Kaushika ma'am said, that men should understand, and men need to understand women. That is, I feel that is very, very important. I would like to say my experience in this regard, that my mom, she has taken up the norms that girls should not step out of the house after 6 o'clock. So she kept me till graduation in that condition. But my dad, he taught me to break the glass ceiling and come out from all these kind of hindrances or social stigma that are the norms of the family that you should not get taken to the heart. So he asked me to break this rule, and he asked me to come out breaking the glass ceiling. But unfortunately, I missed him at very young age. But he taught me only in third class. I missed him. But I have learned the life skills he taught me in that short duration of time in my childhood, that has taken to my heart. As I don't want to break my mom, I accepted her rules, her norms, and continued till graduation. And when I stepped into PG, when I was totally independent, straight in the hostel, I started implementing my life skills, soft skills, and showing up my abilities, capabilities, talents. And I became not as a normal girl. I used to participate in every activity, and I am known in university and other areas, well known at Carolyn. So that I feel what my dad taught in lower classes in my childhood days, I have implemented in my life. So if men understand the nature of the girl child and protect the child girl, and also inculcate the daring nature in their hearts, that come out. This is not the style of living you have. You shouldn't stay at the one corner of the house or room. You have to come out and lead the life very peacefully and comfortably, and also support other women or girl children. What are the lessons I learned in my lower classes or in my childhood that I'm implementing and I'm moving on? So I always appreciate men should understand girl and protect girl as well, or women, and they have to help them to come out, breaking up the glass ceiling. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Caroline, ma'am, for wonderful insights. Can you adjust your camera, please, so that we can get a fuller version of you, please? So thank you so much. Moving on next, may I invite Ms. Neeta Bhalla. She is the Vice President, Vibgyor High School from Lucknow. Welcome, Ms. Bhalla, and we look forward to hear it from you today.
Namaskar. Very good evening to everybody, and heartfelt gratitude to making me participate in this wonderful session. From where to begin? Tulsidas said, Dhor gawar shudra pasунari se sab tadan ke adhikari. Or shall I quote Virginia Woolf struggling to a room of one's own? Or Shakespeare's sister, who was always deprived of her rights. On a lighter note, with due respect to men on board, why don't we ever talk to empower men? SDG 4 quality education aims to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. I underline the words for all. When we talk about the overall literacy rate, the male literacy rate is 75.3 and females is 53.7, showing a gap of 21.6 percentage points between the sexes at the national level. Women typically have little autonomy to decide for themselves, bearing the health hazards to give birth to a male child, maybe multiple pregnancies, and further nourish the progeny. Moreover, the process of globalization, liberalization, economic reorganization has further added to the roles assigned to them and their bargaining power. If you now check the matrimonial, it adds that a woman should be in job. A girl should be in job. So that it enhances. Now, we are asking about an ATM machine as well. The double burden that is carried by women explains a chronic stage of malnutrition, overwork, and fatigue, added to the stresses and strains of modern life, environmental degradation, and increasing insecurity and violence. When a woman is constantly subjected to subjugation, humiliation, and violence in her own family, or she is gang raped or tortures on a communal right, it can't be healthy. Not only that, our overwork with the living conditions, low wages, poor health system, and other resources, as well as the social exclusion, determines our health and lead to inequalities in health. Estimates suggest that each year, at least 1.5 million girls under 18 get married in India, which makes the largest number of child brides in the world. I do not expect much. But believe me, I just want to convey to the world, please respect the individuality of a woman. Stop binding them in blues and pinks. It's not necessary that a woman has to always go with pink and not with blue. Even now, the career choices are either made by the family or the society decide that a woman can be a good teacher, maybe not a good chef. So let us come out of that. We had enough of that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ms. Bhalla. And I really love the fact that you said now we want an ATM machine too.
It's a fact. Just flip through the classified this Sunday. You will find.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, everybody, even the in-laws, or it's actually a choice nowadays that they want working. And the reason nowadays that they don't say that we want it for money. Nobody accepts that. They say that, okay, fine. What will you do sitting at home? A working woman actually gets exposure. She gets a groom of a personality. In a way, they actually wrap it up that way to make it look sound better. So,
But you don't get a chance to decide that how you will spend your own hard-earned money. Maybe you want to give it to your parents.
yes,
You have to take care of your parents, and you want to give that money which you are earning to your parents. But of course, you need a permission for that.
that is questioned, and that a clarification and justification is wanted. And I'm sure many of you would agree to it. Get on to that discussion. I mean, I could see Mickey nodding to that. Mickey, unmute yourself. I want to hear about it.
What's making me smile is that there have been women, and when there was this, when Modi ji banned all the currencies across India, most of the women had hidden currencies in the closet. And that was the reason was most of my friends said, what do we do? Like I'm in Toronto. I don't know how to face this. I said, why do you do this? Like my friends have faced this and they said that, you know what? Hamara nuksan ho gaya. But why do you have to hide? Why do you have to hide cash? Okay, we take the cash out from the groceries and everywhere and we hide it, and so that we can spend it on our parents, give some gifts to them. Because a very basic problem is when a woman is visiting her parents' house, you know what? The husband is going to ask, what did you buy for them? And it's a very common thing. It's a very common concept. And for that, it leads them to steal in their own homes, and tell a lie. So, and this is very surprising because being a part of the modern world, I can't register it. I would rather be the opposite, because I myself am a tomboy personality, and I would never allow my husband to do this to me. Oh my God, he dare not do this to me. I'm like, that's the end. He dare not, because you guys, yes, and I agree with Neeta a lot here. Don't bind your girl in blues and pinks, what she has to wear. Why can't a woman dress up like a guy? I do often, and I am most of the time, being a part of the corporate world. I cannot wear lehengas and chunris and all and attend these meetings in -25. Like, come on, give me a break. It's my individuality. Neeta, congratulations. And I'm from Lucknow also, and that brought a smile on my face.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Kudos to small town girls. And yes, Lucknow, I carry it in my heart, and I visit the place every year. I have my family there, but kudos and keep Lucknow rocking.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. So we have some.
As Mickey ma'am said, ma'am is very fortunate, and in the modern world, still we see such kind of women who are facing a lot of problem, especially with their husbands. Because as a psychologist, I have addressed so many problems during pandemic. And during this currency ban demonetization also, I noticed and I observed that thousands of money went wasted because they cannot take out the money and tell to her husband that this is the money, please transform it. So they cannot do any transaction, and that money went waste. So I asked why. So they said that my husband will not allow me to purchase anything. So, and if my kids ask anything, some desires they have to fulfill, but he say no. So I have to purchase them secretly and say, Mama has given a gift or something. And I want to give some money to my sisters who are suffering. So many problems. As a psychologist, I have addressed so many problems. Then I understood women are facing many problems, especially during pandemic. We noticed women are in troublesome. So they are not having any liberty, ma'am. So only few women like you, like us, people who are on this platform may be enjoying, but many, they are struggling hard with the characteristics and with the family norms. They suffered a lot. So there is no, freedom in their own house. They have to live and save the money secretly. And even if I have noticed that if they purchase a saree of 1,500, husband asks what is the price of the saree, I have seen them saying only 500. If husband is well known about the material, he understand that wife is cheating. Otherwise, he think, oh, only rupees 500. Fine quality you got, good. So in this way, I have seen many girls and women, they are facing this problem. They cannot express very openly in their own house. They're living like, I feel sometimes like it's slavery. Nothing. We call
it is more like a slavery, Dr. Caroline, because
yes.
I believe that once they get married, they are so much answerable to their husbands that,
yes.
as Ms. Bhalla said and pointed out, that their own salary, they are supposed to, bring it and give it to them, or the husband is fixed in their accounts, joint in their accounts. And like, this is surprising.
Yes.
This is really surprising. Being a modern day girl. Yeah.
We have to set that definition of domestic violence once again. This is the kind of domestic violence which is never quoted anywhere.
This has to come under the legislative laws also, because
Correct.
Once the legislative rules and laws are set, I think that basically, even no matter she's earning a 6-digit or a 7-digit salary, which she earns, and let all the men hear that women are much more commendable than men. Because had it not been for women, there wouldn't have been a man, and women don't need men now to produce babies as well. That is the basic point.
WO added to men completes a man.
Right.
So WO is added to a man, which makes him complete. And of course, we also get completed. Anyway, it's a
I totally
society
agree.
that has to move.
To have a child or to not have a child, that's completely her call. And I think she can carry both her way. And that's her thought and her perspective of seeing things. Because what we are doing right now, the men-oriented society, they are somehow the decision maker in the relationship. And I think women are also not trying their best to put their point. But now men are getting educated on some parts, and they are providing equal space to the women when it comes to the small decisions like that. But still, the finance decisions and the bigger decisions of the family are taken care by the men. So these things need to be cared upon, that financial investment, the taking of home, these kind of big decisions should be taken in involvement of women in their decisions and thoughts. And then only we can say that, yes, women are creating and having this equal space everywhere. So I think that is a very good point, both Neeta ma'am and ma'am have pointed, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, Kaushiki, but the point is that, the basic thing is lay down certain rules. Like in Canada, in modern world here, both of them have their homes in their name. It's called a matriarchal home, matrimony home. You cannot have home in one name. It's for both.
That's really good, because
if wife walks away,
because
if wife walks away, she gets some money. She gets some money.
Yeah, because what we are seeing in Indian society right now, that fighting for an alimony or after support things is a big task. Law take a lot of time, and that gap make women, because I am working as a principal, I see that many women who are working as a single mother, they are fighting their case and taking care of their child, again a girl child. That is a taboo again. So we need to have the women empowerment, because law need to understand that if a single mother, she need to have her separate identity, and even the family need to understand that from very basic understanding and basic learning, they should make them financially independent. Then only women can be independent, because what we are doing, we are focusing upon the marriaging part. We are not focusing upon the financial independency of a woman.
Yes,
but that financial independency gets killed after they get married. Then they are earning for their husband, not for themselves.
See, my parents, my upbringing was like that. My parents told me till 25, you need to have your home. You need to have your home, and then do whatever the hell you want to do in life. So that was a call for me. I understand from the very 20s that I need to do something. Otherwise, I'm not proving right to my parents. So that kind of mindset need to be focused with the parents. Whenever the parents come to me and they have a girl, so I'm like, you tell your girl not to get married until she had a home. financial independency, because a home is a big thing, a security part where many things get resolved itself. So that one part should be played importantly maybe as a role, maybe as a teaching, maybe as a awareness session, something like that we need to have. And we are seeing that in the foreign countries, in the other countries, this independency only make women more empowered as compared to the ethical and cultural part we are talking about in India.
Yeah, right.
I'll give you an example of, height of this mindset, right? A polluted mindset, I'll call it. There was a news a couple of days ago that the ratio of women has increased. A girl child has increased in comparison to man, which was earlier below, but it has taken a little rise, right? I quote a sentence said by a very highly qualified and a well-placed man, कि अब ये सर पे चढ़ के नाचेंगी. Now, this is the mindset which has to be changed, which will only happen if we sensitize our boys, our men.
Well, Neeta, your son, they say that your son actually behaves with his woman the way his father has treated his wife. That's his mother. So that's the upbringing. You know, you bring up a boy in your house, but your husband has to respect his wife in front of their kid, and that is what they learn. Otherwise, they will be thinking all the time that this is how I'm supposed to treat a woman. Give respect to your mother and you give respect to your wife.
I agree with you, ma'am, 100%. Very recently, I have received this news from my daughter. As she said, in some families, mummy, nowadays she's working in Melbourne. She too allowed to observe people. She got that interest. So she said, I'm observing my friends' families and all. And she said one of her friends' mother is not literate. And she has noticed that the boy's father is respecting his wife a lot. So then she asked, because she has seen some families where well-qualified mother, husband never care her, don't give any advices, leave, you go from here, what knowledge you have done your PhD, or you have done your MSc, enough. That kind of comments she heard from her friends' families and all. She said, Ma, see, she's illiterate. Her husband is giving a lot of due respect. Then she asked her friend, it seems, how come? I have seen some families who are well-qualified mother, but husband never can. Then he said, my father always say to us, even to children, respect your mom. Don't say she's not qualified, she's not educated. Don't look at down. If family members start looking down of women or the mother, then naturally other people from outside also start poking. So it is very important. We have to give importance. A qualification is not important. She's a mother. Respect her. Value her words. That's why I am the role model in this house. If I respect my family, my wife, you will be respecting your mother. And my brothers, my sisters, they too respect my wife. So she told, this is important, Noma. Then I said, absolutely, it is 100% truth. Husband respect his wife, children follow that. And boy will notice, because parents are role model for children. So they will be observing how our father treated her mother. Similarly, he too will treat his wife. If the male, that husband do not care his wife, children follow the same footpath. I feel that. So that is very important, ma'am. As you said, parents are role model. We have to teach them, nurture them from childhood, how to behave and how to treat the girl child. That is very important. So even in the homes, we see, especially Indian culture, if boy leave the plate, I have noticed, why do you take the plate? Sisters, they know, let her leave the plates of all the family members. Brooming, no, don't touch the broom. Let her clean the house. So this is common in Indian culture, ma'am. So this has to be eradicated. Such kind of awareness is very, very important. So once we don't implement in the house, the children will never grow up with broad mind. This will be carried on. So such awareness programs are very important. We have to educate parents how to treat their children equally. Gender sensitization starts from the home. Then only in the society it will be carried, ma'am. Thank you very much for the wonderful discussion.
Wonderful.
We took a long time.
I'm so thrilled and excited the way it's shaping up this session. Oh, wonderfully. May I now invite Ms. Neha Wahi? She is a psychologist and a career guidance expert. Also, Ms. Priya Sawant. She is a positive psychology practitioner. So jump into the conversation, please. So now that I've formally invited you, let it be a flowing one and let the conversations flow the way it is. It is seeming to be more interesting to me now like this.
I think, Deepa, this is a better way to, discuss things rather than putting, a scripted part on the screen. Discussion is much better than.
Exactly, and I love it when people are actually saying that using their own stories, own experiences of life, what all they
Live
have
examples are very important, Deepa, rather than taking up Google Matter and discussing. No, I feel that life experience, whatever you observe, we human beings got the habit of looking at around. We'll be concentrating on other families. So observation is very important. What we have learned, it is not important that we have to go through all the experiences. But if we observe, we learn a lot. And that knowledge has to be carried to other families where they're suffering, taking that experience. So experience is very, very important. Observation is highly important for especially women and girls, children.
So I'm just making it an open forum now. You just are invited. Unmute yourself. Just let your voice be audible to us. Also, your views there on the spot. Whatever you agree, disagree, let us also hear it from everyone there. So,
thanks, Deepa. I'm going to jump in now and I'm going to barge in because I can see we women are in love with these kind of conversations, and I think it is justified also. No matter how much we say we are not feminists and it's not just about feminism all the time, but I think somewhere it creeps out the moment we open our mouths. And I don't, again, think that there's any single biopic that has been made on a woman, or there is a, female protagonist, and, we don't relate to those movies, or we don't relate to these stories. I think we all have some common threads running. Very wonderfully said by all the speakers who've, already come by and spoken. I don't have much left because I think majorly everything has been touched upon. But yeah, there are a few things that were coming to my mind when the conversation was on. So gender policing actually begins in the womb thanks to the ultrasound. But what we don't know about is the fact that till about 16 weeks, the embryo actually neither has ovaries nor testicles. Yet everybody, the moment they hear that we are going to have a baby, starts saying, is it a baby girl or a baby boy? So if we are talking about empowering, our children, has to begin from empowering the woman, the mother who's carrying these little embryos down her womb, and letting her take a call right there and then saying, whoever it is, I'm gladly waiting to receive the baby in my arms. Secondly, we keep talking about a woman being more powerful or a man being more powerful, and this is an ongoing dialogue forever now. But I think we're only looking at an equal world which has equal opportunities. I don't want to fight for the women being a stronger tribe, because then later the men will start fighting for being stronger ones. I don't want that. I think we just want a very equal world with equal opportunities, and each tribe supporting the other. With technology coming in, I don't think it is anymore about brawn over brains. I think brains have taken over big time, and a woman can do everything that a man can do. Rather, they say that for every 1 hour that a woman works, it's only 45 minutes that a man delivers. Yet she gets paid lesser and a man gets paid more. Again, going back to childhood, when an 11-month-old is put on an inclined slope, on a slide, and their crawling abilities are being tested, a girl baby and a girl child and a male child will both show the equal crawling abilities. But where will the difference of the stereotype come? It will come from the mother, who will overestimate the abilities of her boy and underestimate the ones of her girls. So we are talking about women empowerment without realizing that we are a part of it. We are a part of the whole game, how we are bringing up our own children. When we say sunscreen is for girls, when men have more skin cancer than women, but we still stereotype sunscreens as a woman product. Yeah, as a female product. So these blues, greens that everybody has been talking about, I'm glad that we are past that to quite an extent. We are, part of all industries, all sectors, industries which did not offer jobs to women, which said that no, women posts can't be a part of us, have opened doors to us. As a career counselor, I think my female students are doing, much better than what my male students have done in the past. They're more dedicated, more focused, diligent when it comes to planning their careers, and more serious about the whole thing. So I don't have anything to complain here.
I have a point here, Neha. When you're saying that, okay, girls are doing much better, don't you think there is somewhere that urge to prove ourselves?
So, Deepa, this is a very important point that you raised, and let's go back to the very important word here, validation. Time and again, I've heard the speakers say that a woman and how she's treated in the household and how the man should be treating her, but I think it is all about validation, which came to us from our mothers, and it came to our mothers from their mothers, and it's just been going on ever since. The fact that we need that validation to come from outside. My husband has to tell me I'm a good cook. My husband has to tell me I'm looking nice. My brother has to tell me I can do what he can do. This validation will always come from outside for us to feel happy. But the day we remember to shift it within, the day we remember that we have to validate our own selves. So I will make this simpler. I'll ask all the people on panel. I'm sure each one of us has run races as kids. I'm sure each one of us has, right? So when we were running races, were we looking left and right, or were we looking at our goal? Would somebody answer that for me, please?
That was the goal, the finish line.
Absolutely. But the problem is today, everybody is just looking left and right. Boy, girl, who's doing better. If we can just look at the goal, it is irrespective, Deepa. We don't have to prove it to anybody. We have to prove it to ourselves. We have to do it for ourselves for a change. It's very sad that we've lived in an environment or a society where we had to prove, but I think we've done our bit. All of us on panel today are here because we've proved it already, but we have to now move from here. We have to step up, step forward. These discussions, the more I think we discuss how we should be treated, we are going backwards. I think it is time where we realize if we are not being honored, if we are not being treated the way we should be, probably we are not expecting it. Because if we are expecting it, trust me, we will get it. Because first we have to find that kind of respect, regard for ourselves. We've only been talking largely about education, but this is also a forum on mental health. What about a woman's mental health? Something as simple as being happy. Let's put our hands on our hearts. We are guilty for being happy. There are days when a woman is feeling very happy and she's very nervous that people may judge her for feeling happy. I mean, come on. And we're talking about an equal world here. So, let's stop depriving ourselves of basic joys, of things that we love doing, of things that we totally deserve, which is as much as our spouse or our children or our in-laws deserve, or the elders in the house deserve. We deserve rest, we deserve sleep, we deserve an outing, we deserve to dress well, we deserve to feel happy.
I totally agree, Neha, ma'am, because I've seen, I'm working in a principal post, so I've been seen as a woman that I should be wearing sari when coming to the office. But I don't know why people are like that. They need to understand that it's my choice. If I'm wearing some gaudy color or something like that, they're judging me. In the morning, even I've seen the women are encountering me and okay, you can't be doing that. Your profession doesn't make you to have that kind of outlook. So I'm like, okay, it's my choice. The women need to understand they need not to give space to other person, maybe a woman, maybe a man. I don't care about that. But we need to understand. We need to understand that these things of exploring ourselves, giving ourselves a choice, it should be all called. What we are doing in a family, or we are giving the judgment thing to the other person. We are giving the remote charge to the other person, and we are asking them, okay, are you comfortable with that thing? Are you comfortable with my clothing? Are you comfortable with my financial takes? Are you comfortable with my, having child or not having child? These kind of things. So we need to have that gesture of pointing ourselves that we are okay with that, and that is me. I have that mindset.
I'd like to raise a point here. Why is that happening is very important. We must understand that. Again, we are just trying to please the other person so much that somewhere we are very happy with discomfort. Most of us as women, women may not be a part of it, but most of the women are fine living an uncomfortable life because now they've gotten used to it. And who is responsible?
That is
right from the day one. where we, set that standard of you don't have to get up. I will bring it for you. I will serve it to you. I will do it for you. Now, when our bodies have started, aging or refusing to do it, now people are not used to it. So please, let's look at what we have done also. I think every consequence that comes by has a certain incident. There is something that has caused it. And the day as women, we start taking the blame somewhere and not just, pointing fingers at the other gender, I think it'll become easier because we'll identify where we are going wrong and probably do it better this time.
I've seen, Neha, that's a personal experience I would like to share here, that I go to office and I'm back at 3 o'clock or something like that. I have my home duties. I have to take care of my son also. And after that, at 6:30 or something like that, I go to gym. So when I hit gym, so people are like, you are going so late. So I'm like, that's okay. I can take care of myself. That's my call. It's my responsibility to take care of myself. Why the hell are you getting weird comments on me for that?
So that's like breaking the glass ceiling, what Dr. Caroline just mentioned. Yeah, because my usually open till 10 p.m. Okay, and sometimes when I get a call from family, I'm in the gym. It's not late.
So that is the thing. These simple things needs to be get okay with the family, okay with the people. If you are married, you can't go to gym at late. Okay, if you are unmarried, that's your call. Why these things are happening?
That is they are happening because we are letting them happen. Please understand, everybody's entitled to their opinion.
I'm sorry
why are you becoming a part of their opinion is the question here.
Definitely. I'm sorry for the interruption. Here, people will be pointing out are more women only. I'm sorry to say this, because I have noticed as a psychologist, I'll be addressing so many problems in this issue also. That criticism done by female gender, not male.
Exactly. I'll give you one interesting story. Okay. So now that I'm finding it a very interesting session and I've never spoken about it on screen or publicly. Okay. So when I got divorced 2 years back, then I actually, all my life, I was very pampered, protected by a father, brother, then came the husband. So even I did not, to tell you, accepting it lamely. So I did not know even the basic things to be done, like how to get a draft made from a bank. I didn't know that. How to drop a check in a bank. These basic things I didn't know because father has taken care. We'll do it. And then brother, and then came the husband. So mujhe nahi pata tha. So and then when I started coming out of my shell, I just took it like now I'll live my life on my own without help of anyone else. Then I started traveling. Okay, so all women travel groups I joined and solo trips and friends, more than the family, it was friends who were more supportive. Okay, and when I started traveling, I started posting pictures, and you know what? The comment that I got from one of the family members was, "Is this how a divorcee girl looks like? She's not even sad about it. Look at the way she is posting pictures.
They want us to be sad about that."
And I was like, wow, people are not happy seeing me happy because they think that, okay, a divorcee, a tag of a divorcee or this girl should be sad and she should be doomed and she should be pathetic and asking us for help and something, because the divorcee life made me more independent.
Exactly. I am very curious. I'm sorry, I'm butting in. What is important in this discussion is what did you say to that person? I am more interested in the other side of the story because what they told you is what everybody is doing.
These kind of handicapped mindset. Yeah, right. These kind of handicapped mindset need to be, wiped up by or smile, by or gesture, by or perspective. And I think we are doing it. And I think more women need to have that
directly. My mom actually told me, you know what, ऐसे pictures नहीं post किया करो WhatsApp पे travel and all because ऐसे बोलते हैं सर.
I am 100% sure, Deepa, what you have thought of putting there and commenting. but you can't say that on an open platform.
Deepa,
I can understand what you have quoted there.
But Neetaji, when the other person on a social platform can make a comment like this, till when will we say we can't do it? That is exactly my problem here, and I'm very pained by this.
Deepa, the point is,
I relate to you. Okay,
but
till the time we keep taking this hands down, it will keep coming.
Exactly.
So somebody has to now step up and also say that divorces can be happy things also. Who's going to come and say that? Who's going to come and say that it is the best thing that happened to me and it is the best thing that can happen to a man or a woman, as long as they can start breathing.
The divorce only happen when men is taking the decision. Women are not taking the decision of divorce. Mostly you have seen divorce happen when male
I would slightly disagree, because I think I've largely, in the last couple of divorces that I have witnessed, I think largely I've seen the women who've taken the call. And I'm really very, very proud of that. Most of them were probably even parents. But they were very sensible to say, my child will not breathe a toxic, in toxic air. I will not live in toxic air. If there is something better I can provide to myself and my child, I will go in for it. And be it a man or a woman, it does not matter. A person who can sensibly decide is what we are looking at right now.
What I've experienced in life, it is that we women, okay, and I'm sad to say that, this is my personal experience and I've faced that brutally. We are not united enough. Maybe the girls around me were not. I have faced that the brutal or the unkind words, I've heard it from my own girlfriends. I mean, like friends who are girls, my own female colleagues. Forget the men there. I mean, of course, they call it a man's world. But what if we are not supporting each other? We are backpitching. We are judging. We don't have that united ambience around us.
Deepa, I'll tell you, there's a reason behind it. A woman is a woman's enemy. That is a very basic saying. And you know why they do this? Because they have no right and no guts to take the step that you have taken.
Absolutely.
And they backbite you. The reason why they're backbiting you is why they're behind your back, right? And that is why it shows that they're backbiting you. It already means that you're ahead of them. So if you keep quiet, you're telling them and giving them the power of how much you can tolerate. Okay, so no shit, no nonsense. Just let it be. Excuse my language. Screw the world. Try to be happy. It's very easy to make a woman guilty. The day you throw that guilt in a ditch, even your kids can make you guilty.
Oh yes.
If you are cooking and all of a sudden you're on WhatsApp chatting and all, what are you doing? Thank God my kids don't do it. Otherwise, my one look and they'll be thrown out of the house. But I have seen this.
I love that. I really love that.
I have seen that, and I have been on call with my girlfriends, and they say, "Okay, my husband is here. I'll hang up. Okay, my son is here. I'll hang up." I said, "You know what? It's better the way they're treating you. That's the best thing. If I was in your husband's place, I would have kicked you out of the house because you deserve this. You let them happen. Let them do this. They are allowing them. They are and let me tell you one thing. I abide by whatever Neha has said just now a little while ago, the gender policing. I would say one thing. I'll go a little before gender policing. In the womb, it's thousands of sperms that chase one egg. So let all those men chase you when you are out as a girl. So let the sperms in the form of men or women chase your individuality, which is the egg in you. So that egg is soft from within and hard from outside, but show that hardness to the world, and the softness, let it be to yourself. You don't have to explain yourself. Just ignore. And as far as whatever comment you got on your social media, if I was in your place, I would have posted 10,000 more pictures. Actually, I would have hashtagged them. I would have hashtagged them. Mess up with me and I mess up with you double. I would have gone to a limit where they were forced to block me. So just do that. And you know what? Trust me, they will never block you. If they have blocked you from one end, they have 10,000 IDs, they're watching. So understand, people are watching you and make them jealous. Make them jealous with your smile. Never block these
Exactly.
kind of people. You know,
Never
let
block.
them see what
Never
you're doing.
block.
Let them
Never
see
block.
what you're doing.
Never block them.
You know, blocking is losing. Like
I
if they
think
are
it all
blocking you,
comes
please
from
suggest.
the fact that the need for belonging to somebody, a communities, a people, the society is so strong that I think we forget the mere fact that let's belong to our own selves first. How many times have we told our own selves that it is all right to be divorced? It's all right to disengage with people who cause us harm or any kind of discomfort or unhappiness. We will remain in sad relationships. We will remain in bad jobs. We will remain in bad marriages. We will do everything just because we are looking at some kind of belongingness or to please others. But I think one very important message I like to give through this forum is, and most of you would agree with me, there is only one place a woman can be trapped, and that is here. When she can release herself from here, there is no relationship, no job, no situation in life that can trap her. And Deepa, you will agree with me. I'm sure
Absolutely.
that came here of being untrapped, right? So I think please first get out of this space, love yourself, accept yourself, forgive yourself. We are human. There are so many mistakes that all of us make, and we forgive our spouses, we forgive our children, we forgive our friends. Why can't we forgive our own selves? Why are we holding ourselves, in that scrutiny all the time? And we always want to be perfectionists. We want everything should be just the way it should be. No, there is no should.
Somewhere we have to glorify our accomplishments. We need to glorify our accomplishments.
Absolutely. And you know what? I've actually was told also, I'm telling you all this on a public platform, and now Neeta would also say that, okay, Deepa, you should not accept all these things on a public platform.
No. What I'm saying, what exact word you would have said at that time, maybe you will not say this here right now, but I can understand that.
No, I actually did not say because my mom said, okay, beta ये pictures थोड़े कम डाला करो because ऐसे सोचते हैं लोग तुम्हारे बारे में, ऐसे फिर हमें सुनने को मिलता है.
You need to put more pictures like that.
Exactly. Neeta, moms जो होते हैं ना, हम भी mom हैं, but moms क्या होते हैं कि आपको when you have a certain kind of a problem, the first thing that comes from the other end is don't be on your cell phone much. If you're not well, they'll say, don't be on cell phone. Don't get up at night. Start sleeping on time. Like even a 45 or a 50-year-old faces the same problem. So we, and nowadays kids are very smart. Kids are very smart. They don't take any nonsense anymore. Like they say that you don't need to get into a relationship to have children. End of the day, the goal is children, as I said. The goal is children. You can have it with IVF, surrogacy, options. I wish I had that option, but no. But you're not dependent on anyone right now. You are not dependent. You are a woman.
You should never be dependent on others for your own happiness. You have to decide.
A woman is not dependent on a child, also on a man these days.
As
and I like that.
Ma'am said, live example is me. As I'm conducting webinar, my mom stays with me. She don't understand anything. She always say, always you sit in front of either mobile or laptop. What work you'll do? You go to college. Right. Relax with your children. Relax with your family. Always.
That's the way they make you guilty. They make you guilty. And then all of a sudden you'll shut down and you'll think that, okay, my mom is right. But don't get trapped here.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing. I'm not trapped. That's why still I'm carrying on.
You have your own life. In that case, I keep my mom busy. I tell her, go out and be with people. I do the same. I start
you
keeping
provide
her busy.
them opportunities. Okay.
I don't leave any stone unturned.
So Priyaji, you seem to be very quiet, and let's hear it from you also.
Deepa, I would like to say one thing. Your mother, what she said, they want to make their children more protected. They want their children not to be pointed by anyone.
The next time, actually, my mom got such a comment, and she was like, she's happy, and this is all that we want. She has suffered enough, and now she is happy, and this is all that we want. So that's how it was handled well. Hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible. Voice.
Yes.
So Priyaji, I could see you smiling there and keeping very quiet. Please unmute yourself.
I'm listening to everybody, and really enjoying the discussion and really happy to see, the valid arguments. I could see Raja sir smiling. They are like, taking out their agitation.
We got 10 minutes and now we are talking so much. Like women can do anything.
Nikki ji has changed entire format. She has, the speech she has converted into discussion, and really good thing about it. But really, I'm feeling so happy that to be in this group who are, totally supportive, and you each one of you seem to be so non-judgmental. You are accepting each one as she is, and you are so supportive about and so vocal about everybody's problem. And Deepa, I'm so glad to see you totally transformed. Last time what I have seen Deepa and this Deepa totally changed, full of confidence, full of smile, and keep it up. God bless you, and you have to conquer the world. So I take this opportunity to thank you, Life Foundation, and dear respected Raja sir and Dr. Caroline. I'm glad to be here once again with you all. I'm feeling so happy to be the part of this womanhood celebration. That's what I see this event as. And definitely times have changed. Today's woman is multifaceted and who takes care of the family as well as her own aspirations, so efficiently. But there are times when she falls prey to the lifestyle diseases or life battles, she has to face. She goes through various phases, as each one of you, we play play various roles simultaneously. Like Kaushiki ma'am, she is principal, same times mother, same times wife, same times the daughter, and we have to we are answerable to everybody's questions all the time. But I think she has to deal the problems not only of hers, but she is emotionally so much attached to the people in her life. Whatever we pretend to be strong, but we all are emotionally so attached to the people in our life that their problems, at times we have adverse effect on our own health, both emotional and physical health. Because she considers, like each one of us, we consider that people in our life are more important than ourselves. So we try to cope up with all the problems to best of our ability, rather than, I would say, we stretch our limit and goes to any extent to protect our family and all the dear ones. So we ignore our health. We are not particular about looking after our diet, our medication, and we put ourselves as least priority. And in the process, we forget that we are the strength, we are the pillar of the family, and we have to pay due attention to our health. So women health problem, as the topic of today's discussion is health and education.
Thank you so much for actually getting us back to the topic. We have diverted ourselves to all the
so many points. Right.
So yes,
women education and health today topic.
Right.
Remember that.
Yeah. So women health problems, they arise partly because of a constant race, as one of my colleagues, she pointed out rightly, against the time, and partly due to the sheer ignorance. And besides other physical health issues, I feel we all must be more careful about our emotional health. And I would like to put more emphasis on, discussing about the few emotional health problems, maybe because of which physical health gets hampered. So one of the most important emotional issue we should address is stress. There was a survey done across 21 different countries, and 87% women are with the burden of expectation of various kinds. So women easily become victim of stress, and they are continuously, knowingly, unknowingly, they are under pressure, and at times they are ignorant about it. Yes, I'm, going through this stress phase. Overthinking never gives to solution to any problem, but we are victim of overthinking. Continuously, 24/7, whether you are at work, whether you are at home, you are continuously thinking about the problems of our children, our husband, various kinds, So, and we need to vent out our emotions. Discuss openly about our emotional suffering. Yes, Deepa, just a minute. I'll finish quickly what I have to say, and then we can go on. Yes?
Yeah.
And depression, anxiety, we are known to have 50% and more risk than as compared to men. Then again, there are various reasons for this anxiety, this depression, because of we are the ones who face hormonal changes. The problem because of hormonal changes. At times, we all are into our 50s and 60s, menopausal and various other issues. Then, not to forget that this condition could lead to further complications. Women feel embarrassed of weight gain, obesity. So there are many, it may be due to, even the stress factor. And obesity increases the risk of certain other physical problems like cancers, like pancreas cancer, liver, gallbladder, esophagus, thyroid, ovarian, there are so many, the list is endless. So I think all women should pay due attention to their own health, and they should show concern and care for each and every lady which they are connected with or in their life, maybe in their family, young or old, doesn't matter. It's we who can make ourselves strong. A woman can understand woman's problem better, no one else. And on this day, I take this opportunity to make an appeal to all my sisters who are listening, that please put your health as topmost priority, because you are the pillar of strength. Again and again, I'm emphasizing on that, not only to your family, but for your society, for your nation. So please spare some time for yourself, doing yoga, going to the gym, meditation. Spend more time on your hobby. Spend time with your old friends. Don't feel guilty about it. There is no need. We are capable of multitasking. And out of 24 hours, if we are giving ourselves only 1 or 2 hours, it's okay. You should not, that doesn't make you feel, less dutiful. So, in fact, you are happy, then you can keep your family happy. You can keep your surrounding happy. And today's theme is so very important, that women health and women education. I think any woman with good health and good education is ready to conquer the world. And health gives us the energy to work more. And good education gives you more confidence and self-respect. That is reflecting from, the speech of each and every lady over here. And, it gives us better decision-making capacity for better life, for self and for our family. An educated woman can firmly express her views. Each and every lady is exemplifying this. And, she can be financially independent. Yes, women can know their right through the education. And till date, woman belongs to a weaker section of the society, because she suffers from many issues, due to the rigid, outdated social customs and religious practices. But an educated woman cannot be exploited so easily. She is aware of the rights and she can go to any length to defend them. One of the mother's highest duties is considered as educating her child. So I feel, yes, child future lies to a larger extent. It depends on the teaching of, the child receives in early childhood. And it is needless to say that this foundation of education cannot be well laid by an ignorant mother. So yes, education definitely helps women to tackle her life battles efficiently. And consequently, it is more important that women should be educated on all, on all these grounds. Female education is of vital necessity and importance. So today we feel so proud when we see women working in almost each and every sector, be it politics, be it defense, be it IT sector, be it business, banking, trading, astronomy, space research, technology, you name the sector, and women are setting up standards of quality so high, and they have proved their mettle. So the education of women will help to remove the social stigma that surrounds it, and it is a key to eliminate social evils such as female infanticide and dowry, child marriage and harassment, domestic violence. Again, list is endless. So education will not only empower the women of today, but of the future generations who can live strongly in a world where gender equality exists. So yes, to conclude, women are homemakers. Everybody says so in true sense. And when we say entire earth is our home, every woman is equally responsible, and she surely contributes to create a more beautiful environment by nurturing human values in her children, raising future generation as good human beings in virtuous manner by inculcating ethics and positive mindset for better world, be it housewife or working woman. The least we can do is to appreciate, respect, and care for them. So once again, thank you so much, Life Foundation and Dr. Raja, for this wonderful initiative and brainstorming session, specially dedicated to women. So thank you for the opportunity and wishing all ladies a happy Women's Day, rather happy Women's Month. So be happy and stay strong. So thank you so much, ladies, listening to me patiently. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Priya Sawant. May I now invite and jump onto the conversation. Dr. Jayashree Kidambi is there. Hello, Jayashree, after a long time. So nice to see you. And Gumanti Prasanti. So Dr. Jayashree is a special educator and Dr. Gumanti is a communication and relationship enrichment coach. So Jayashree, now that you have joined now, so we are having an open discussion. Just unmute yourself whenever you feel like saying or share your opinions and views about it. And same goes for Gumanti. So now my point to Dr. Priya Sawant was that she mentioned that she has brought us back to the topic of women's health. So my question to all here, we have 13 participants here. How many of you, when was the last full body checkup that you girls went for? Because nowadays it's very convenient here. I stay in Gurgaon. We actually get our samples taken from home itself. They collect our samples and then they give us the report. So what I did for myself, okay. So this was one of the first steps that I actually took. That I actually got my samples collected, a full body checkup, and I was astonished, not really surprised. So my B12, my D3, calcium, everything was very low. Hemoglobin, I've always been anemic, so everything was all the aspects were low. I mean, thankfully, no thyroid, no diabetes, no UTI was there. But that full body checkup, I urge each one of you to get it done, please. It does not cost much. At least every 6 months, get it done so that you can treat yourself well and get your medications done much in advance rather than going for the last minute painful things. Then when it becomes unbearable, then is the time we think that, okay, ab doctor ke jana chahiye, right? So that was one advice I wanted to give all of you, and make sure that and as a matter of what you say, a well-wisher, we can get it done for our mates too. That would be, rather than giving them like a holy Diwali gift, if we can get their full body test done, get their medication started on time, all these depletion of calcium, iron, what will they lead to in future? I mean, some backaches are happening, the cervical, spondylitis, all these. Let's cure or reach the root cause of it.
So a nice suggestion, like you can give vouchers, for the medical test done on the birthdays of the ladies. That's a very fantastic idea.
Yeah,
I'll be implementing it soon.
See, actually.
Can't hear you, Jayashree. Just
sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, good morning, good evening, good afternoon to all of you. I'm Dr. Jayashree from right now residing in Chennai, India. So first of all, wishing all the women out here a very empowered month, and humbly thank Dr. Carolyn and Dr. Raja Rao for organizing such wonderful events amidst their busy schedule of the Peace Summit. So they are the pillars of support, I would say, and Dr. Raja Rao is the pillar of support for everything, for any cause that we come across. So, and Dr. Carolyn ma'am, she is not only, leading this Life Foundation, but also in Lions Club, she has She's been an achiever. So congratulations, ma'am, to you on that achievement. And today, being the topic of health and education for women, yes, I would say once in a year, we have to get our master health checkup done. It can be an overall health checkup, like not only our blood test and things like that, but also our dental, because the dental also can cause other problems. It may lead to unstoppable cold or some respiratory infections. Those things they're all interconnected. So especially I have seen people in India, even at the younger age, being an educator, I deal with so many parents, right? So when I ask them, how often do you take your child to the gynecologist when they attain that menstrual age or whatever, they are ignorant about taking their daughters to gynecologists on a yearly basis. And how many women actually get the pap smear done? There is an age where you have to get after 40, every year you have to get the pap smear done. So these are very important things that women have to consider. As Dr. Priya Sawant mentioned, the good health can lead to good education, because dealing with the basic stuff, that is food, shelter, health, these are the three main things that one has to deal with. So once these things are addressed, then education automatically comes into picture, right? It falls in place. So the question raised by Deepa, we have to get there should be no ignorance about our health, because once the woman reaches 30, 35, there are so many hormonal changes happening. Of course, hormonal changes happen among men also, but the amount of hormonal changes that happen in a female is more than men. So as Dr. Priya Sawant just mentioned, right, women are more vulnerable, 50% more than men, regarding the stress and everything, right? Like, because we tend to multitask, we are pulled into so many things. We are trying to deal with so much of harassment or abuse everywhere, right? So those things lead to a lot of stress, and we are trying to balance our family also. So I think getting the master checkup done every year is very essential. And not only that, we have to go for yearly dental checkup also. That is very important, because they are all interconnected. And now coming to the education part, yes, every girl child has to be educated. There should be no bias on caste or creed. They must be educated whatsoever. We must make all efforts to educate a girl child. As Dr. Priya Sawant rightly said, start with your maid's daughter. Maids, if your maid has a daughter, start with them, because a service begins at home, right? So we can start from our own maid itself, treat them properly, with care for them. Always remember that they are also women. When they may also have the biological cycles and things like that. So respect them also. We should not think that, oh, she's a maid, so let me take a lot of work from her. Let me get the best, the more out of her. We should not have that kind of. So we should respect each other. We should understand that she's also a female. She also has a family. She may be going through a lot of trauma. Otherwise, why would they be there, right? They would have been having some other jobs. So when they are ready to work so hard for us, so I think it is very important for us also to consider that part. And yes, Deepa, do you have any other question? This is my view on this particular question that you raised.
Yeah, Deepa.
Yes, I'm there. I'm sorry,
okay.
I just joined. Yes. No, absolutely. Very well mentioned that, of course, the dental is very critical, because say I'm telling you on all my personal experiences on this session, and I'm sure once upon a time when I look at the recording of it, I'll find it very interesting. See, this root canal thing, okay, and this wisdom tooth and all the deterioration of the teeth, okay, we keep ignoring it. But ultimately, it costs so much. It costs so much in the end. But if we are saying that, okay, we are the lady of the house and who's going to take care of everything. But when all these deterioration of the teeth, which we tend to ignore, when the bills come, then they become eye-opener. I mean, sure, I hope all of you would agree to it. All these root canals and all in Gurgaon, they cost nothing less than 10, 15,000. Yeah.
Yeah. No, maybe you should have a proper health insurance for that. And
not covered in that. Teeth are never covered. Their teeth comes under
cosmetic. Cosmetic. That's true. Yeah.
I mean, but I wonder why teeth are considered as cosmetics. So they are they're a vital organ actually, and it's because we can't survive without our teeth. I mean, in good condition, is it? Can we call it a healthy life? Of course, we have what you call dentures and fixtures, but teeth is the basics of life. So,
oral cavity is connected with every organ system, especially digestive system.
Definitely, yes. Yeah. So even whether it is a boy, whether it's a boy or a girl, doesn't matter. It's always good to go for such frequent checkups at least once in a year to know where we stand on an overall development, how we are growing. That is how even at an earlier age also, when we take our children to a pediatrician regularly, that is when we can probably lower or lessen the burden or lessen the severity. We can identify if there is anything in the beginning itself that will help the parents, the caregivers, and everybody at the beginning stage itself. If there is something that can be identified, it's always a plus point for everybody.
Let me just tell you one more thing. You know what? When my B12 and calcium reports actually came with very low numbers there, you know what my doctor said? She said that, okay, calcium deposits take time. Even if you are actually taking those pills and your supplements, but over a period of time, if you stop taking them, they'll get depleted. Unless and until you're having regularly those organic source of nutrients or your calciums. If you're not having it, whatever pills you keep taking, ultimately your deposits will get depleted. Then you'll be back again with the same problems of backaches or shoulder aches or spondylitis, cervicals, everything. And all these things you will not notice in your prime, but over the time when you are there in the aging and old age, these will come as a major eye openers. They would have taken shape of major diseases, which will then require a lot of treatments to be done. So as they say that, okay, when in the air flights or in the planes, they say that, okay, before helping others, you need to take care of yourself, put your mask first. So why we tend to ignore that? We tend to put on that oxygen mask on ourselves first, and we keep helping others. So that was the analogy I could think of.
Yeah, and also when it comes to education, right? Why is it important for a girl child to be educated? The more we educate the girl child, it's better for the house, it's better for the nation. As Dr. Priya Sawant rightly mentioned some time back, the more you educate a girl child, the nation will be more empowered because we are all ready to conquer the world, right? So in every way, in every sector, we are stepping in nowadays. So at least the basic education should be given.
So the thing is,
at least the basic education must be provided to girl children so that they don't feel left out from the society and they can try to be on par with, or at least a little bit on, they can manage themselves independently when they are at the age where they have to be independent. So some basic job, depending on how their family background is and how their economical background is, how we can support. So
what are we doing? Now, my question arises when we are talking about education, of course, of course, it was health, but Dr. Raja Rao, I take upon the liberty to take 2 minutes on this. But what is our step? Jayashree, I'm asking you, Gomanti, I'm asking you, Priya, what is our step when we are consistently saying or emphasizing girl education, of course. The girls in our family, we are living in the cities, of course, they are educated. What are we doing for this education, other than the words, other than what actions are we taking? The first action that comes to my mind, and I've done that. To tell you very honestly, I've done that. And I want to inspire others to take those steps. If we are saying girl education, you have a help or a maid in your house. If you see their kids are not going to schools, okay? And why don't you ask, okay, if she says, I have 2-3 kids and only the boy is going and the girls are not going, probably they go later, or maybe there's no need for them, because ultimately a maid's girl child will be doing the same household help or something. And if sometimes she is not coming, she's sending her daughter. So, on those terms, so why can't we sponsor that school fee of that child, of that girl child? Why can't we do that? Why can't we give them?
Here, I would like to just put my view here. So there are many organizations, many NGOs that are coming forward nowadays, especially myself being a Rotarian. Rotary is doing a lot for, the girl child education. We have been conducting, it is not only education, but also giving them opportunities to learn vocational skills by giving them vocational training. So as I told you in our previous meetings itself, I'm not new to this family. So in the previous meeting itself, I told everybody that I'm available as a Rotarian to provide my services. And Rotary does a lot of work. I'm sure even Carolyn ma'am is also here. She's from Lions Club. So such NGOs like in Lions Club or Rotary, we are working towards the girl child education, and there are many people who have adapted the villages and they provide education to girls. And not only that, if the girl is a little grown up, they try to give them vocational training by, for example, tailoring. It can be baking, confectionery, exactly. These kind of sectors, where they can have a livelihood. Probably in the future, they can even set up a small scale business for themselves, or even start. So there are people who have been providing tailoring missions for these ladies, grown up ladies, who are coming under the low economic background, right? So yes, it has been going on, but probably the percentage can increase a little bit more.
You know what? So, my mom had this maid, and then this maid went on some leaves, and she started sending her girl child. And you know what? Me and my mom was so touched to see her that she's not going to school, not getting education, rather than she's following her mother's footsteps. You know what we did? We actually asked her, what is it that interests you? Do you want to go to school? We can pay your school fee, okay? But you will not back out from there. But in case we actually create a platform for you, we pay your school fee, you will not back out from there. But you know what she said? I want to do a course in a beautician course, a beauty parlor course. And she said, and then we asked her, do you want to do sewing machine or this tailoring course or a beauty parlor course or something? She said, I'm more interested in a beauty parlor course. And she did that. We actually sponsored that. And we did that. We spoke to her mother. We got that, okay, we'll pay the fee. She did that course. And now she is working there full time. Rather than as a maid, she's working in a salon, a beauty parlor as a beautician. And it feels so nice. Sometimes she comes to us on Holi or Diwali just to say, just to ask, how are you doing? And so I just came to ask about your well-being. It feels nice. It feels very satisfying that at least we could do our bit, and this one person is living a life of living a life of independence and earning her livelihood. And she will, of course, will get a better future, a better husband. I mean, that ways, and her own confidence and individuality has been sharpened. So that feeling is invaluable. Trust me that. So that was the reason that I was saying. Rather than what is the basics, minutest, one basic step that we can take when we talk about these big topics of education or healthcare, at least do your bit. And if each one of us, they're sitting in our city homes, if we are doing that one basic step, imagine one lady taking care of one girl child, whether it is a maid or somebody in the neighborhood. Imagine how many helping hands we would be having. It does not cost much, to tell you very honestly. A government school fee does not cost much. A tailoring course does not cost much. I can skip that one meal in a fancy restaurant and sponsor a girl child. And somebody that I can see with my own eyes is being transformed to a different person. Individuality has been groomed. That feeling is invaluable. Trust me when I say that with my own experience.
Yeah, Deepa, the Life Foundation is doing the same. I'm only the one army service. So no, I don't have any sponsors. I work hard only to support the underprivileged. So in the slum, I'm doing the same. I have set up 2 study centers, paying the salary for the teachers, educating girls and boys equally so that they can remain as the best citizens of India and support the nation, because slums, they are much addicted with all bad habits. So I don't want their children to be spoiled and ruin the entire environment of the nation or the slum society at least. So I have started up 2 study centers and educating girls and boys equally, and also encouraging those slum children to step into residential schools. I have seen 6 children got admitted in residential schools. I spoke to principal and made them to write the entrance. Whatever they wrote, I said they have to be admitted. And so they have admitted in residential schools. So up to degree, they can study on free education. As well, I set up one tailoring center. I made one tailor tutor to teach them. 20 women are learning tailoring. So that's what the Life Foundation is doing. And even Lions Club also, for the support of Lions Club also, I'm taking up another slum and I'm implementing the same. So with my salary. So these are the services I'm doing.
Wonderful, Dr. Carolyn. This is the impact that I want to see in the society. As they say in Hindi, I would say diye se diya jalaye. So if we are being an inspiration, like if we have 10 people listening to us and can see the basic minutest step that we are taking with our own capacity, economic conditions, of course, each one has its own. But if we can do it, if we can influence, inspire 10 other more ladies out there, I mean, imagine the massive impact it will create. No, Neeta? You
That's
agree
true.
to it, right?
Yes, definitely. Here, as you said that you helped the girl child of maid's daughter. I doing a very small task, just a drop in the ocean, or maybe a less than that. That I am helping 2 of my servants' daughters, and I am bearing their fees, and they are studying in a reputed school. So I'm just helping out there. One thing which I just wanted to add here, that we train our children, girls, females, not to talk about menstrual cycle to any male member of the family. How many times, when we do a lot of charity, right? Wherever there is a festival or whatever, there are n number of occasions on which we do charity, we distribute food, we distribute maybe juices, whatever. Why can't we distribute sanitary napkins? We can't do that because we are somewhere scared. We have made it such a taboo that my own child is not free to talk to her father that this is the problem what I am facing. Abhi, it was a discussion that the parents do not want their teens, when they start with their cycle, to the gynecologist. So there has to be some change somewhere, and we only can initiate. It is that Diya Jalao wala concept is beautiful because somewhere we have to initiate as a woman. We have to develop that confidence in the daughters that you go ahead, I am beside you. Just a tap on the shoulder to create that confidence. Go ahead, bache, I am with you. And that will actually help a lot.
Yeah, we have done that, ma'am, in the slum.
Yes,
we have distributed sanitary napkins to the women of slum. And we came to know they're using clothes. So we said, if you use clothes, what kind of diseases they will be affected. So we educated, we have taken up awareness programs continuously. And they were not in a ready state to accept the napkins. They said, we are used to this cloth.
Yes,
and
it is such a taboo to talk about this. It is such a taboo to talk about this in an open forum. We are ashamed of that.
Yes. So now that is like to,
why we are ashamed of that. That is a God's gift to us. That makes us complete.
Yes.
That makes a woman a woman.
Yes.
So why we should be ashamed of it?
Ashamed, yeah. So
and actually, it is a worrisome if it does not happen.
One second. So we have spread all the napkin boxes on the table and we're distributing. Slum men people, they came and they said, ma'am, you're distributing here openly. Please go to you have study center. You have set up. Go inside, take all this material, take all the women. Please don't distribute openly. So then I said, nothing.
I go to a medical store, right? And if I refuse that black polythene in which he wraps the sanitary pad, or I ask for a contraceptive, people turn back and look at me. She's just asking for a contraceptive, so open. This is my right. I have to take care of my health, so I am buying it. So what's wrong with it?
Or agar openly bol diya, then you are judged.
Judged? People will look at you as you are an alien.
They look at you as if like, this lady has no shame.
Exactly.
No. Actually, Rotary has been, I would like to add here. Rotary also has been distributing a lot of, even I have been a part of that. I think there is some disturbance somewhere.
Continue.
Yeah. So actually, Rotary Club has been, like what Carolyn ma'am said, Rotary also, even now in my club, we have been doing exclusively for girls. It's not only sanitary pads, but everything. We have formed an organization kind of thing where Rotary and the organization combined together. We are coming up with a lot of stuff for women empowerment, like starting from basic things like what we were talking about, the sanitary stuff, how the personal hygiene, I would call personal hygiene for women. One second, let me finish. Deepa, you're the moderator, so you have to let us speak.
Oh my God.
Yes.
This is the only thing.
So let me finish 1 second. So, there is a lot of things going on. There are so many. I would urge all the women to even probably join Rotary or Lions Club to know what is going on in the society, how much actually people are doing. Because as Deepa said, start with your mate's daughter. That everybody I think here is doing definitely. We don't have to say that. Okay, I'm sure each and everyone is doing in our own way. Okay, but beyond that, to find out, we have to join some organizations to know what is going on. So once I joined Rotary, I'm a Rotarian since probably 2017. So from then to now, I have seen how much Rotary has. This year, the theme for Rotary is Be the Change. Okay, yeah. So there is something going on around, lot of things going on around. So it has been wonderful to see how much we have 115 clubs in our district. So each and every club is doing so much for women, their education. They are taking the onus of making them, they're even adapting a school. They are taking onus of the government schools. They are connecting with the government, closely with the government, to see how many students are there, what they need, what are their basic needs. So it is really very fantastic to see the kind of work that is going on. We just, probably Carolyn ma'am is a live example for what she has been doing. And I can show n number of people who are actually doing these kind of activities. It's across the world. Rotary is an organization that is a worldwide organization. So if you go across, there is a lot money allotted only for literacy and girl child literacy. So that literacy means it comes, that falls under every category, like, personal hygiene, literacy, then even probably the villages don't even have proper, sanitation, where they don't have proper toilets, right? So because of this also, we have to think of what are the other causes why girls are dropping out of schools or colleges. Basic sanitation, right? So lack of toilets. So the villages don't have toilets. So Rotary has taken the step. My club has built in, actually, we adopted one village, and we have so far built around 30 toilets for a village. So, yeah. So that way, we have to, these are the small steps. It's all a stepping stone that can encourage the girls or the parents of the girls to send them to school. Because when they ask me, we all know security and safety is what everybody looks at, right? How safe the community is for a girl when they come to school. Nowadays, there are so many things happening. We can't even trust a male teacher. In what angle they look at a child. So many vulnerable or violent incidents have been taking place, right? So I think here many of you have already said women have to support women. Only then things can change. We cannot expect always, men to support us or something like that. First thing is we have to support each other without any bias or without any jealousy or anything like that. We have to think that, okay, even if a woman is achieving more than us, we have to encourage that and say, okay, you're good at your field, I'm good at my field. So when we are clear in segregating that part, I think we can definitely achieve more. And of course, coming to the health part, it is not only getting the master health checkup. And myself, I have been into cycling and running for quite some time. So I'll definitely bring that topic in. So I encourage all women to at least take a walk for 20 minutes every day, minimum. So please, make your time to take a walk, because health is wealth. So even in your terrace, you can take 10 minutes to walk every day. So I would prefer morning time, but of course, depending on your schedule, you can choose which time you want to take a walk. If you're not having a company, probably you can even request your partner to come with you, so that you can have a time with them. Or it depends on, okay, if you want to have your time, just go ahead, take the 10 minutes and come back. But at least minimum of 20 minutes is encouraged for good health. Because we are talking about weight gain, right? And we are talking about hormonal changes. We are talking about menopause. So when we reach that menopause, obviously there will be weight gain and loss will be there. So when you're consistent with your walking or whatever workout you want to do, these things can be avoided after a certain age. So I think when we reach the 30 or 35, we should not say that, oh, I am in my 30s now. Oh my God, what's going to happen? So this is where you start you trigger yourself into a healthy routine of fitness or basic walking, nothing much. I encourage all the girls, my students in the school, the girls, to at least take a walk, because their parents feel that, oh, exam is coming, so I should not send my children for the time will get wasted because they have to study. I said, please don't think that way. the 10 minutes of walk will be it's going to be rejuvenating and refreshing. So definitely, I think all of us require that thing to keep ourselves sane, and we should continue to support each other and for not only a healthy family but the healthy society. So this is my view on this.
Wonderful. What's Gumanti Prasanti's opinion there? Yes, Priya Sound, please.
Yeah, a nice suggestion by Dr. Jayashree that we should have at least 10 minutes walk. But one thing, why should we take somebody along with us? We should have me time as well, So that 10 minutes we can have a me time.
Definitely. Yes.
Yeah, that is good idea.
But whatever said and done, we may all have our hobbies, right? But some ladies may be interested in drawing, some may be interested in knitting, but they are all again activities that you sit and do. Apart from that, the 10 minutes of walk is a must. Because it is all again, now if you see any person who's a musician or in any field, everybody are into health. They all somewhere or the other try to do yoga or something to keep themselves healthy. Because otherwise they cannot sustain in their field, So it is very important. So that 10 to 20 minutes every day, either morning or evening, set your time and take a walk. Minimum slow walk, stroll, and then come back.
Where is Deepa? Yeah, ma'am. Gummadi ma'am. Gummadi Prashanti ma'am. Please.
Yeah, finally. Greetings to all. Yes, finally. So, greetings to all elite, strong personalities.
Please in touch by Prashanti ma'am.
Yeah. Able to hear me?
Yes. We can.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, greetings to all elite, strong personalities present here, and being a member of Junior Chamber International, Vizag Port City, and from our church activities, as a part of church activities and individually, we conduct more of women health and education programs on women health and education, especially in reference to rural India. So during that course, we observed women hardly have money to spend on their own health. That triggers our government need to formulate certain public policies. So the reality is that women take less care about their health and always prioritize family responsibilities. They think that they lack time and certain religious customs and traditions. So moreover, on behalf of our organization, we spread awareness in intermediate and degree colleges within the city limit and rural India. Especially even we move to tribal areas when it comes to a part of church activities. So we spread awareness on cancer, because that is a major thing that is happening, where 1 million women die from cervical cancer and 500,000 people die because of breast cancer. So where screening, prevention and treatment are almost non-existent. So this is how we spread awareness in intermediate and at degree level, because if these girls know how to prevention is the only remedy that we have for this breast cancer concept. So that was a major reason we spread awareness among these degree students, so that they go home and they educate their parents and all the women folk. So when it comes not only it is cancer, it is also about reproductive health problems. That is 1/3 of health issues of women because of which women die between the ages 15 to 44 years. Maternal health around 2013, if we observe, 3 lakh women died because of complications in pregnancy and childbirth. So most of these deaths could have been prevented if we have access to family planning and to some quite basic services, even till date, especially in rural areas. So HIV. When we are talking about HIV, too many women they still struggle to protect themselves against HIV. So this also leaves no particularly like no vulnerable to tuberculosis. So we found most of them affecting to tuberculosis. So this was one of the leading causes for the death of women aging between 20 and 59. So untreated sexually transmitted infections. No, they are responsible more than 2 lakh stillbirths and early fetal deaths every year. So and also for the deaths of every 90,000 newborns. And when it comes to mental health, especially during this COVID time, women experienced physical symptoms that cannot be explained medically. So they are those who are working women, like due to stress or depression. We have number of examples where a teacher from Kerala, she had given her life during online class. So that video also went it was very heartbreaking, but no. So depression is the most common mental health that we observed for women, and suicide a leading cause for the death of women under 60. So the major part is old age. So geriatric care, because I being a social worker, we concentrated on geriatric care during a pandemic, where we observed the older women have the fewer pension and benefits. They are less access to healthcare and social services when compared to their male counters. So women are at a high risk when they reach old age. It is due to lack of money and lack of poor health. They have been at a risk of abuse too. So coming to the part of education that we promote on behalf of our church and JCI Vizag Port City, we distributed cell phones, and we went into the cities organizing the number of empowerment program. As you said, it was a tailoring. We made paper bag making, cell phone repair work. We encourage them to rear goats and go organic plantations. There are a number of things that we did on educating women, not only women, even men. We asked them to cooperate with us, and we distributed sanitary pads. That is our regular program for the migrant workers especially, because that was the time during the lockdown. That was the time where women face much difficulties during their menstrual cycle while moving from Chennai to Bengal. So coming to the part of education, education is a basic requirement, and it is the milestone that empowers women to face n number of challenges. So it is not only to confront their traditional role, but also change their life and mindset. It helps us to strengthening financially. That is financial empowerment we can see, and they can have this emotional resilient. So that was the major thing we concentrated on: women empowerment, skill-based programs. So this knowledge, it can be in the form of formal or informal or non-formal methods. But the growth of women education, especially in rural areas, is really very slow, and we still need to give them the skill-based education. That is the urgent need for women, so that they can stand on their own. If we come across, if we see the roadside vendors and other people after the lockdown, you might have observed their population had reduced. They are nowhere seen. So where they went, what happened to them, what happened to their families, because they are the migrant workers. So this is how we promoted our health awareness programs and conducted our educational activities as far as we can do. So on this International Women's Day celebration, I'm really proud to congratulate all women who stood and raised their voice for women's rights, especially in this platform. Yes, I do believe that hardships make us strong, challenges give birth to wisdom, sorrows cultivate compassion, but discovering superpower, embracing it, seeing the miracle by the choices, makes the transformation from darkness to light. let's do this. Let's make this world a better place for everyone with one vision and one mission. We are women. Together we will succeed. And I would like to extend my gratitude to the Life Foundation and especially to Rajarao sir and Carolyn ma'am for giving me this wonderful platform. And there is much more, but no, in the upcoming programs, surely we will discuss and explore. Thank you.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. 1 second. Really, this session went on very jubilant. Vibration is so high. Everyone spoke well. Really, this program is amazing. We have wonderful and eminent speakers. I would like to appreciate Dragan sir. He has given good input and insights. I appreciate Vasavi Acharya ma'am, Kaushik's ma'am, and also I would like to thank Neeta Balla ma'am, Miki Gulati, Neha Wahi ma'am, Miki Gulati ma'am, Gumadi Prashanti ma'am, Priya Sawant, Jayashri ma'am, then Deepa Chowdhury. Really, I'm reading out the names because everyone done well. And it is not like it's a platform for speeches, but heartfelt messages were carried. And this platform is going to support this awareness program, definitely bring or enlighten the lives of many. So bring a kind of awareness. I'm sure everyone discussed well. Really, I enjoyed everyone's message. It touched my heart. And I want to implement more and more, as Jayashri ma'am said, not only Rotary, as Lions Club also done. So madam also addressed Lions Club. So from as a secretary of Lions Club, Now Bharat, my services are appreciated and given the award excellent secretary. So these awards and rewards boost us to move ahead and support the poor and underprivileged. So thank you very much for being here and making this program a grand success. And let us all join together and support the girl child education especially. And as we discussed, health is more important, not only physical health, mental health, emotional health, psychological health should be strong. So we women, if we are healthy and strong, being the pillars of the family, the total family will be very healthy and happy and move on to their goals. Thank you very much for being here. I would like to appreciate especially Rajarao sir for being a pillar of the total platform, and he is supporting every woman, and because of him we are able to carry on this CA channel in an amazing way. Thank you very much, Rajarao sir.